Good morning. It is 4:20 a.m. and today I am headed from my dad's house here in Maryland. He lives in a place called Jarrettsville. I'm going to be going into Pennsylvania, if I can find that on the atlas, along the turnpike, past Pittsburgh, into Ohio. Oops, sorry. And through the Youngstown area onto I-80 back into Pennsylvania. Sorry for all this turning pages in the atlas. So I'll be back into Pennsylvania onto Route 322 eventually, and down to Harrisburg, and then back onto I-83 back into Maryland and back home. And I know I'm really crazy for doing this, but we'll just see how things go today. So I'll be leaving sort of soon. Alright, 4:36 a.m. and I'm just about ready to get going here. Gotta turn on my headlights. Got a full tank of gas. We're off. Back in a few. Right, 4:56. We've gone about 14 miles and we are getting on to Interstate 83 now. And we will be in Pennsylvania momentarily. Had the heat on for a little bit, but I had to switch it back to the defrost since all the windows were fogging up. And something I forgot to mention when I left is that the odometer isn't working on this car right now, and neither are the gear things. So I'm gonna be sort of estimating the mileage during each of these updates. It might not be the exact mileage. So I guess I just thought I'd tell you that. And we are about to leave Maryland. State, this is like the best state of all, because it's my home state. And right up there, welcome to Pennsylvania. And we are going to be in Pennsylvania for quite a while. It's about 280 miles from here to the Ohio state line. So I'll probably be back when I'm getting on the Pennsylvania Turnpike, so that'll be it for right now. Right, it's 5:32. I've gone about 53 miles, and I am now getting on to the Pennsylvania Turnpike. And I'm going to be on this for about 242 miles. So that's the rest of the way into Ohio. And since I don't have an Easy Pass, I'm going to be paying with cash. And how it works is you stop here at one of the booths here to get a ticket. And okay, got the ticket, and now I'm good to go. Going west I-76, the Pennsylvania Turnpike, toward Pittsburgh and toward Ohio. Okay, I'll be back eventually. Okay, it is 6:07 a.m. We've gone about 96 miles. We just drove by mile marker 200 on the Pennsylvania Turnpike. And we are getting ready to pass through 2 tunnels in quick succession. This first tunnel is going to be called the Blue Mountain Tunnel. And there it is just ahead. And I really love the Turnpike's tunnels. There are 5 of them, including the one on the northeast extension. Gotta stay in my lane. This is what this is the general look of the tunnels on the Turnpike. It's nothing really special, but I still like it. I like tunnels. Alright, the end of the Blue Mountain Tunnel is just ahead. And almost immediately comes the entrance of the Kittatinny Mountain Tunnel. Kittatinny, I really love that word because of its ease of pronunciation, and this is about the same length as the Blue Mountain. I said Kittatinny Mountain, I think this is just Kittatinny Tunnel. And then I'm gonna be passing through 2 more tunnels on the Turnpike before I get into Ohio, which we're still almost 200 miles away from. So it's gonna be a little while. It's gonna be a long day today. But I like to think I'm prepared. And now we're out of the Kittatinny Tunnel. And pretty soon, we're going to be allowed to change lanes again. And road combined means you're allowed to change lanes again. Alright, back eventually with another update. Okay, it is 6:39. We've gone about 134 miles, and we're coming up on Breezewood, which is the highway service capital of America. And the interesting thing about Breezewood is it contains some of the only traffic lights on the entire interstate system. If you're going from I-70 onto the Turnpike or vice versa, you have to go through 2 traffic lights within Breezewood. So in many ways, you're sort of forced to stop at one of the many gas stations or restaurants or whatever in Breezewood. So I just thought I'd share that with you, and now we're past the Breezewood interchange. So I'll be back with another update in a little bit. Okay, it is 7:13. We have gone about, let's see, 176 miles, and I'm going to cover in this update something pretty serious, because in this area, on the tragic day of September 11th, 2001, United Airlines Flight 93 crashed in a field in Shanksville, not too far from here. And you might be watching this video and saying, oh, he's a nice conservative patriot. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but it's just some people have a certain, you know, set of, you know, ideals and things that they consider that makes a true American, or so they say. But, you know, honestly, I'm not to get too political here, not to force anything on any of you. I may be a bit more on the liberal side, but that doesn't matter. What matters is that no matter what our political ideology or anything else, the tragedy of September 11th is something that we can all unite and remember every year. It's just like the Pearl Harbor remembrance yesterday. We all sort of came together and remembered the attacks that led to the country's entrance into World War II. And instead of automatically labeling me as having certain political beliefs, just think about how I took some time out of this video to pay tribute to those brave men and women. I mean, it's a tragedy that they died, but it's bittersweet because they were also heroes in that they supposedly, as the story goes, diverted the plane away from its original target. So I thought it would be very nice of me to do this, since we're near the one of the sites of that tragic day. So that'll be it for this update. I'll be back in just a little bit. Alright, 7:48, we're at about the 220 mile mark, and I am stopping at the New Stanton Service Plaza to get gas and maybe pick up a little something for breakfast. And this is the vast westbound service plaza on the mainline turnpike. So it was a good idea for me to stop here. Filling up the tank right now, and then I'll go back inside to get something to eat. Back in a couple minutes.
Service plazas. The real-time weather and traffic alerts means travelers will see your advertising message. Get on the turnpike, get in front of some major traffic with Travel Tools.
Alright, I got this Hershey Sundae pie, and I'll eat it now. Back in a few minutes. Okay, 8:09, and I'm just about ready to get back on the road. And I've got my camo mellow yellow here with me that I'm gonna drink. So yeah, that'll just about be it for now. I will probably do an update when I'm passing the Pittsburgh exit, and then the next update after that will probably be in when I'm about to enter Ohio. And by the way, I just saw a Rutgers University tractor trailer pass by, if you didn't notice that. So, alright, I'll be back soon. Alright, 8:28. we're about 239 miles in, and this next exit is for a city called Pittsburgh. And I have a cousin who lives there. He's like 35 years old, and he's a Penguins fan, Steelers fan, and Pirates fan. And it's funny because living, well, I actually live near Baltimore, but being raised by parents from Washington, D.C., I am a Capitals, Redskins, and Nationals fan. But that doesn't mean I can't get along with a relative of mine. You know, almost 6 years ago, my dad, two brothers, and I went to the 2011 NHL Winter Classic in Pittsburgh. It was the Penguins versus the Capitals. So we went to Pittsburgh to cheer for our favorite team in person. And we saw Alex Ovechkin, Sidney Crosby, and We saw a bunch of Penguins and Capitals alumni, and we also saw some Steelers alumni. And before the game, we met up at our cousin's apartment that he lives in an old church, and he had a couple buddies with him. Well, my dad's brother, my cousin's son, was also there, and he's a Penguins fan turned Capitals fan. My cousin, of course, is a lifelong Penguins fan, and he had a couple of buddies with him who are also Pittsburgh sports fans, of course. One of them, I think, also lived in Pittsburgh. The other actually happened to live like 15 miles away from me in Havertide Grace, Maryland, which means he's a Pittsburgh bandwagoner, who are some of my least favorite people in the world. I'll just leave it at that. But the Capitals won that game. It was at Heinz Field where the Steelers play. And they won, and after the game we met up with our cousin's buddies and we just said good game. They said congratulations on your Caps winning, and that was that. So that was a really fun trip there. That was my first time ever going to Pittsburgh. And then of course the Capitals hosted their own Winter Classic in 2015, and they beat the Blackhawks in that one, and I was also there. So I just thought I'd share that little story with you, and my next update will probably be at the Warrendale Toll Plaza, and then the next update after that will be entering Ohio. So, bye for now. Alright, it's 8:52 now, and I just paid at the Warrendale Toll Plaza, so I'll be back once I'm about to hit Ohio. Alright, it's 9:16 a.m. We've gone about 295 miles, and we are about to leave Pennsylvania for the time being. And we are going to enter, first, there's the end of the Pennsylvania Turnpike. There it is, welcome to Ohio. First time I ever went to Ohio was in the summer of 2008 during a trip to St. Louis and Memphis. We spent the night in Columbus and saw some of the sights around there. And then the only other time I've ever been here was in August of 2011, flying back to Baltimore from Seattle, which we departed from for an Alaskan cruise. Flying back from Seattle to Baltimore, we got diverted briefly to Dayton, and spent some time in the Dayton airport, so that was interesting. And I haven't been back since then until just now. And we're getting onto the Ohio Turnpike now. You know, a lot of famous people from Ohio, famous musicians like Chrissy Hind and the band Devo, who I really like. They're like nerds, but they're like a cool kind of nerd. I'm sort of a nerd too. So Mark Mothersbaugh, I share a birthday with him, May 18th, so I'm pretty proud of that. So, I have to get my ticket now for the Ohio Turnpike. I'm only going about 10 or so miles. I'm looking for I-680, so I'll be back soon. Okay, it is now 9:32, and I'm getting ready to get off I-680 onto US Route 62, and I am approaching downtown Youngstown. And they, really take their traffic laws seriously here in Ohio. Much more seriously than in Maryland. So many school buses around here. They can't be... It's a bit... I don't know, maybe they do it differently in Ohio. Maybe they start school later in the day, that is. Wait, did I take the wrong exit? Oh well, I'll find out. I thought... I couldn't tell if it said Route 62 South Avenue. I'll find out soon. Oh, you know what territory this is? Cleveland Browns territory. They're finally gonna go 0-16 for the first time this year since they were founded in 1946, and then when they rejoined the league in 1999 after the 1946 Browns became the Baltimore Ravens. So I just wanted to point that out there in case any of you Browns fans are watching this. Okay, I did take the right exit, 62-7. So, yeah, I myself, I'm a Washington Redskins fan. We're one of the many teams who have beat the Browns this year. So, that'll be it. My next update will probably be on I-80 heading back into Pennsylvania. So that'll be it for now. Okay, it is 9:55. We've gone about 322 miles now. We're on I-80 back in Pennsylvania. And I got a little lost in the town of Hubbard, Ohio, which is a suburb of Youngstown, but I found my way back to Route 62 so I could get onto I-80. So that was pretty neat being in Ohio again. And now to go all the way back through Pennsylvania to get back to Maryland. So I'll be back eventually with another update. Okay, 10:20 a.m. We've gone about 352 miles, and I'm stopping quickly at this rest area off I-80 to go potty. There's some snow flurries flying around here this morning. That's not an uncommon occurrence here in this part of the state. So we'll park, and I'll be back soon. Alright, so right now we are here about a little over 90 miles from my exit, which is 123 right here. So let's get back going. Okay, it is 11:36 now, and my exit is coming up in about 12 miles. Right now we're passing by Clearfield, Pennsylvania, and the reason I'm doing this update right here is because of a certain landmark that is just ahead after this exit. Looks like I'm in between a rock and a hard place here. But there's a sign just ahead that I'm gonna explain once we get to it. Go, 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 go. I'm yielding to you. Oh, there's some snow actually on the ground right here. And it's appropriate because the sign I'm talking about is up here. Highest point on Interstate 80 east of the Mississippi River, 2,250 feet. So that explains why there's some accumulation on the ground here. This is the first actual accumulation of snow I've seen on anything today. It's been, these flurries have been like all through Pennsylvania. But this is the first time I've seen accumulation. And there's some fog up ahead. And hopefully this will clear out by the time I exit. So that'll be it for this update. Alright, it's about to hit noon, and we are currently on US Route 322 heading into Phillipsburg, Pennsylvania. And I just crossed over a creek that was completely frozen over with ice. And like all the puddles and everything is just frozen over because it's that cold up here. But you know, it's December in central Pennsylvania. So, that'll be about it for this update. I'll be back soon. Hey guys, it is 12:39 p.m. and I don't even know how far I've driven now, but I am getting off Interstate 99, going on 322 East toward my least favorite university in the entire country, which I refuse to even mention by name because I despise it that bad. But, you know, I really had no other choice but to go this way, since this was like the most direct and quickest route for me once I got off I-80, or once I got out of Ohio to go I-80 and exit near Clearfield and then take 322 all the way down to Harrisburg. That's the only reason I'm going this way. I really do not want to be driving past here right now. But again, I pretty much had no other choice. So, yeah, I'm pretty ashamed to be doing this right now, but I don't know. So, I'll be back with another update probably around Lewistown. And then the next update after that will be once I'm getting into Harrisburg. So that'll be it for now. It's now 1:08 p.m. I am on Route 322, passing by Lewistown, and I'm near where US Route 22 merges in, and Harrisburg is about 60 miles away. I'm definitely going to be there in less than an hour, and what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take 322 all the way down to I-81, and then I-83, which is where I came from. That's where I took from out of Maryland to get to the turnpike. So basically, I'm gonna go back the way I came. Once I hit the turnpike interchange on I-83, I'm gonna be going back the way I came in this morning. Man, this is a low ramp. So, that'll be it. I'll be back once I'm closer to Harrisburg. Alright, it's 1:55 p.m. and I'm about to hop onto I-81 for a few miles to take that to I-83, and I'm going to take that through Harrisburg, through York, and almost into Maryland, but I'm going to get off at Shrewsbury, which is the last exit in Pennsylvania, off I-83. So, I'll be back soon. Okay, it's 2:20 p.m. now. I'm on I-83 in between Harrisburg and York, getting ready to get off at exit 32 to get gas at Rutter's, and while I'm preparing to exit, let me tell you a story about something that happened about 10 minutes ago. So, there was some traffic at the Eisenhower on 83 South going into downtown Harrisburg, so I decided to take 283 to the turnpike and take that over the Susquehanna River and back to I-83. And as soon as I got onto the turnpike from 283, there was a tractor trailer with a Tennessee license plate, which that alone says something about the driver's intelligence. And he kept drifting. He was in the left lane because that was the only lane tractor trailers were allowed to be in. And every time I kept trying to go by him on the right lane, he kept drifting into the right lane. And then he, I was exiting onto I-83 at Harrisburg West, and then all of a sudden he cuts me off. He looked like he was gonna go straight on the turnpike, continuing west, and then he cuts me off and goes in front of me to get onto I-83. Then he almost goes on to I-83 north back toward Harrisburg. It turned out he meant to go on I-83 south toward York and Baltimore. So that was another dumb move. And then he almost exited at exit 39, the first exit after the turnpike on 83, and then cut me off again so he could stay on I-83. And then finally I passed him, and it took all it had in me not to flip him off. So I just thought I'd tell you all that. And now I'm getting gas here at Rutter's, and this trip went by a lot faster than I thought it would, driving to Ohio. You know, I'm probably gonna be back home at 3:30. These are diesel pumps. I gotta go to the gas pumps. Yeah, I guess that I'm a hypocrite now, ranting about how much of an idiot someone is, and then I make a not too smart move myself, and now it's gonna be here on YouTube, and they're gonna be like, Epsigate, you hypocrite. So that'll be it for now. I'll probably be back when I'm about to get back into Maryland. Right, it's almost 3 o'clock, and I'm exiting off I-83 at Shrewsbury. And, you know, I take back what I said earlier about calling people from Tennessee dumb. That wasn't very nice, especially with what's going on right now in the Smoky Mountains with the aftermath of those wildfires. So, I do apologize for that. I should have thought before I said that. Other than that, I can't think of anything else to say right now. So, I'll be back in Maryland pretty soon. And I'll also be back home pretty soon. So, I'll see you when I get back in Maryland. 3:13, and look up ahead. That's a very good sign. Oh, Maryland, I am so glad to be back in you. Alright, I got about 13 miles till I get back to my dad's house. So, that'll be about it for now. And then when I get back there, that'll be the final segment of this video. And I wanted to stay on until I got to this Royal Farms here, because that's a true sign that we're back in Maryland. I'm back home. Okay, I'll be back when I get to my dad's house. Okay, it's 3:30, and I'm back in my dad's neighborhood. Just about finished with my trip. Went to Ohio today, came back in time for dinner. My brothers are gonna ask me, what did you do today? Oh, I went to Ohio. Not too far into Ohio, but it was Ohio. Mostly Pennsylvania, but still. And the fun isn't over for this week because tomorrow I plan to drive through the Delmarva Peninsula, Hampton Roads, and maybe the Richmond, Virginia area. So be sure to check that out too. And I have arrived back at my dad's house. So that's it for this video. So until next time.